Hey guys, it's your girl Leslie and welcome to my channel.
Come with me and you'll be in the world.
Hey guys, it's been a little bit, so I asked you guys in the video earlier if you wanted to uh wanted me to read this story and the other Slenderman story, and well, one of you guys or more in the future probably are probably gonna say yes, or someone already did say yes. Sure, why not? Okay, sure, but this is to remind myself and the others that this is probably most likely not even a part of the other yandere Slenderman X Reader story, so no one gets too confused about that. Um, and if you're wondering if these are ever going to be completed, I don't want you guys to be like a sad surprise, but no, these are not going to get ever completed because um the author left about a year ago because of their reasons, and yeah, that's all I can really say, because I don't know what they're doing. I don't know who they actually are, but I know they were an amazing writer. These are pretty cool. Just needs to fix a little bit things there and there, but it's basically easy to understand and really interesting to read. I'm pretty sure down below, if you guys are like, I think it says down below here in her, or their, goodbye thing, that, let me see, that you might be able to use it, or, um, basically rewrite it in your version, give credit to where it's due. Um, but yeah. I wish them the best of life, and hopefully they had the best life ever, or they're still living and have, better there, you know what I'm saying? So, but for now, let's get ready with this story, because there's two, and they're kind of long. Hopefully I get through them really quickly. Anyways, whatever that squiggly line means. Past 5 years old, you. Little Liane was walking in the dark, cold forest. Luckily, she was wearing her red hooded jacket and her warm boots her mother bought for her on her birthday. Inside the jacket, she was wearing a white plain dress that reached her knees and white socks. The forest was forbidden for someone to step inside, and her house was close to it. The little girl loved nature. She was brave, nothing scared her, not even the monsters under her bed, waiting for the right time to grab her and eat her. She kept getting deeper and deeper inside the woods, hypnotized by the nature's beauty. Normal people would say it was scary and creepy, and once they get lost, they would cry and pray for help. This brave young girl, however, found it wonderful. She kept giggling to herself until she heard a branch break from behind her. She went silent and turned behind her, but there was nothing. She moved away her messy hair out of her face and continued walking. It was like she was trying to get lost. She showed no care for the fact that she could get lost, or get sick, get eaten by an animal, or die from hunger. The naive girl didn't even bring anything with her. That's when she felt something or someone behind her. She turned, but still nothing. But she wasn't stupid. She knew somebody was there. She knew that someone was hiding behind that tall, fat tree. She smiled. I know you're there. You can come out now. I won't hurt you. Her innocent voice muttered, which sounded like a bird singing in a lonely, lovely forest. Whatever was hiding there slowly revealed itself. The girl's eyes widened in shock, surprise, and happiness. It was a tall, super tall, slender figure. It was wearing a suit. It had black tentacles, but what stood out the most was his appearance. He was white, blank face. Hello, I'm Ryan. What's your name? She shot a wide smile, but the figure just stared at her. Oh, you must be shy. It's okay. Do you want to be my friend? She friendly asked. The figure just stared at her, but then slowly nodded. Ryan giggled and jumped. Yay! I have a new friend, hooray! And she ran and hugged the faceless figure's leg, since he was very tall. However, he slowly hugged the little girl back as he lifted her up with his tentacles that caused her to giggle. Whoa, this is so cool, she kept saying to herself. That's when the creature started tickling the girl, and she started to laugh childishly. Something about that little human made his cold soul warm, but he didn't know why. He was supposed to kill humans, not befriend them and bring them happiness. However, sorry. But he couldn't help but feel the urge to protect her. After all, she was his only friend. Then he placed her down and covered her eyes with his tentacles. Ooh, are you gonna surprise me? What is it? He then uncovered them, and the girl gasped at the beautiful rose he was holding in front of her. Wow, that's actually really cool. Imagine if there's actually a rose like this. Is there? I wonder. It was dark. It wasn't a happy pink or a cheerful color, but it was wonderful. The most beautiful rose she had ever seen. This is so pretty, she wowed. Oh, how much he wanted to tell her. Not as pretty as you, little human. He took her little hand and placed the rose on her hand. The girl smiled and hugged him again. Thank you so much. From now on, you'll be my best friend, and no one's gonna stand in our way. We'll be together no matter what, and we'll always play every day. She laughed happily. Little did she know that Slender would treasure these words inside of his soul, word by word. Why, and there you are. Why did you leave? I've been searching for you for so long. Her mother ran to her, but the girl ignored her and smiled. Mommy, look, I made a new friend. And the girl's smile faded when she turned behind her, but her friend was no longer there. She blinked but giggled again. He left, Mommy. He left because he was shy. He doesn't like being around others. Her mother thought that Ryan was talking about an imaginary friend. Ryan would always make these imaginary friends to play with, but little did she know that he was real. She sighed and picked Ryan up. Yeah. Okay, but next time, tell your imaginary friend to not go too far or drag you into the forest with him. Where did you find this flower? Her eyes widened as she looked at the rose in her child's hands. Oh, this is the flower my friend gave to me. Isn't it pretty? Her mother smiled and sighed. Yeah, it is. We'll make sure to take good care of it. Anyway, let's go home now. It's dark, late, and it's freezing. Are you up for a movie while drinking some chocolate? Yay! The girl cheered that made her mom smile. Slender was watching, and he waited for the next visit. Time skip. This is 19 years. Oh, back in my day. Okay. Ow. Oof. Okay. Present day, 19 years old. It has been so many years since Ryan stepped into the forest. That's because her parents were worried about him and wanted a safer future for her. That's why they spent most of their time all together and traveled all around the world. Slowly, with the years passing, Ryan slowly started to forget about Slenderman. Yet she still kept the rose he had given to her. There was a small memory that reminded her about the forest. She had completely forgot that she met him or that he gave it to her. Sometimes he would pull the flower next to her ear, not for jewelry, but she felt safe wearing it. She didn't forget about his existence, but she had felt that someone precious to her gave it to her, and she had to take care of it. Just now look at it. It's still alive and beautiful as ever, just like her. She had grown to be a beautiful, wonderful woman. Wonder Woman. Her sweet, caring, adventurous, and brave personality didn't change a bit. She was grown now, and she wanted to explore the forest again. And she was going to have to do it. She felt like she had a connection to it. Time skip. She had already reached the forest, and she was sitting next to a tree, eating an apple and enjoying the peace. That's when a similar feeling of someone staring at her surrounded her. She looked around. Hello? Her voice as sweet as honey, her beautiful orbs, her soft hair, the rose on her hair, the rose he gave to her. He immediately recognized her. Without any thoughts, the slender figure appeared in front of her, making Lion gasp in surprise, but not terror. He stared at him with wide eyes. Oh, how he loved her eyes. She had become an amazing woman. But where was she the whole time? He even started to think that she left him. But that wouldn't be possible, wouldn't it? After all that promise she made by herself. Who are you? She whispered, still staring at him. He felt hurt. His little human forgot about him? She forgot about her friend? But maybe that wasn't her fault. It was this ugly woman's fault who took her away from him. He shouldn't let her have. He shouldn't have let her. He tried to think of a way to make her remember him. He suddenly took the rose from her ear and offered it to her. She tried to understand what he was doing, then it hit her. Have we met before? Her eyes widened. Slender took her with his tentacles and lifted her off the ground close to him. Her eyes widened even more after she recognized that she had met him before. In this forest. It's him. It's you! She smiled and hugged him tight. He stood frozen, but felt relieved that she did remember him after all. He hugged her back with his tentacles. I'm so sorry. I never came back. Mom wouldn't let me. She made me forget about you. Yes, it was her fault, my dear. I shouldn't have let that happen. I'm so sorry. I never came back. He stroked her cheek with his tentacle as she cried. Hush now. Hush. It's not your fault. You are here now, and you are never leaving again. The girl gasped and let Slender go. Oh no! I have to do something really, really important. I really have to go. But this time, I promise I'll be... You won't go anywhere. She gasped when she looked at Slender to see his mouth tearing his cheeks as it got bigger. It was the first time in her life that she had been this terrified. And she swore he even got taller and creepier. He looked dangerous. She trembled. And this is just like, oh gosh. I'll try to stutter. Please, I'll be back. That's better than I've ever done of a thing. Continuing. He silenced her by grabbing her with his tentacles and bringing her close to him. She felt like he was gonna eat her, but no. Slender would never hurt his precious human. He did feel pity for her, seeing her terrified, crying and screaming, but he had to do it. Dear, I'm not letting you go. Not again. Don't you remember the promise? He stroked her cheek in an attempt to calm her down, which worked. But I'll be back. I promise. This time, no one will take me away. I cannot let you go. Not again. He picked her up bridal style. She didn't try to escape, knowing that she could not run. She did care for him, but she had to go. She would come back, but Slender was too scared. She understood. She stayed with him. After all, a promise is a promise. And it's not like she had a choice or anything. Wee. Oh, and I guess that's a spoiler for you. But that is next video. That is next video, you fools. I have to find the other one, because, like, as you can see, I have to scroll and just look with my big oval blind ass eyes to look for these. Anyways, without further ado, let's read this one. Gosh, how long? Oh my gosh, 60 minutes just to read. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's continue. Yandere Slenderman X Reader. This is another one, I think, but I don't remember. Okay. But I think this is a different Slenderman thing. Run. Run was all I could do. Run as fast as possible from those armed and bad people that brought chaos in my village. With tears blurring my vision, I kept running without stopping for the sakes of now my dead parents. It was too painful to think about their smiles from the precious day, saying that they would be forever with me, watching me finding that special someone, building my own family and meeting my kids. But those would never happen. Yet I was determined to find my path and continue life. But for now, all I had to do was run. It was a matter of life or death. I had run far away. The smell of burning village had left my nose, as the horses hooved hitting the ground and as the mountain yells stopped. But I never stopped running. I didn't even notice that I have entered the forbidden, dark, and dull forest. I had never believed in the myth, the Slenderman. Yet I thought that thought would always creep me out. Just as I was thinking about him, a loud cry escaped from my lips as I fell down, my leg trapped into a bear trap. Ooh. The bleeding was heavy flowing, and the pain was never stopping. Tears ran as I whimpered, sobbed and shaked, begging for mercy, hoping to escape that curse or whatever brought me to this terrible fate. Help! I cried more, thinking that I would die. Many thoughts started to cross my mind, making the situation worse. But who would find me in the forbidden forest? Not even a wolf would find me and eat me here. Not a single soul would dare step here. Not even a fly, a butterfly. But here I was. I started to grow weak from blood loss. I laid on the cold floor and chuckled at the thought that I managed to escape from those terrible people, yet I would die here. But at least my death would be peaceful, unlike my parents. Until I took notice of a tall man. No, a tall, faceless monster in a suit, approaching me. Whatever it was about to do, I was ready for everything. Nothing made me scared. With a blink of the eye, the creature was staring down at me from what felt like eternity. Black, stinky tendrils behind his back made their way into the bear trap that was stuck in my leg. He grabbed it and tore it open with ease, letting my foot free. As I whimpered from pain, the creature studied my leg to see it was covered in blood and a few holes. He suddenly picked me up with his long, slender arms and bringing me close to him as his tendrils hugged my body, pressed against my leg, in an attempt to stop the bleeding, as I found myself slowly drifting away in this creature's warmth embrace. Skip. I wish I could have said that I woke peacefully up, but no. I woke up feeling pain and my whole body sore as I tried to fully gain back my vision, but it was blurry. I tried to adjust my vision around the place when I finally opened them to realize where I was. This place. I found myself leaning against the tree, but what first caught my eye was a small girl in a pink dress with brown, long, curly hair kneeling on the ground. I forced myself to get up and groaned at the pain felt on my leg. I looked down to see it was bandaged. I looked at the girl and approached her slowly. Excuse me, are you alright? The girl turned to me. She smiled. You're awake! She took her teddy bear and got up to face me. She had blood running down her head. Are you hurt? I asked in concern. The girl just giggled. No, I'm okay. I'm Sally and this is my Teddy. Teddy, say hi to the young lady. She took Teddy's hand and waved it at me. I stuttered, not knowing what to do. Nice to meet you both. I am Wan. Pretty name for a pretty person. I understand why Daddy chose you. Daddy? Who's your daddy? Damn it, those dirty people. Continuing. His name is Slenderman. He's a tall man with no face. Ace. He said happily. She said happily, as if it was a normal thing. He had to do something, and he told me to take care of you. Why the hell would anyone let a little girl take care of me alone in the woods? Anyway, once we get home, I'll give you some new clothes. I have a very cute white dress that Daddy bought for me, but it's still too big for me to wear yet. I can give it to you. Thank you for your offer, I said nervously. Suddenly, the tree's leaves started moving around and shaking. Teddy, Miss Wyan, Person Wyan, Teddy is coming. I swallowed as I felt Slenderman's presence closer, until he was finally right in front of me, as tall as I first saw him, while he stared at me with his blank face. Daddy, you're back! Sally hugged his father's leg as he knelt and embraced her. Slender looked at me again as I stood unmoving. Thank you for taking care of her, Sally. No, you are welcome, Papa. The creature approached as my arms tensed. Good evening, was the first thing he said. I'm Slenderman. Please do not stare at us like that. There's no need for you to feel unsafe. We are only trying to help you. Sally gave a nod and added more positiveness to his comforting words. Why are you helping me? Slender did not answer, so Sally did for him. Because you're a nice person. You do not deserve that awful death and pain. So that's why Daddy and I will take you home to take care of you. Home? I whispered. Yeah, home. I mean, if you don't mind anyway. Sally whispered silently. I thought about it for a minute. I don't mind. It's not like I have anywhere to stay, I said with a hidden, depressed emotion. Sally cheered in happiness. Yay! She'll be staying with us. Wait. What's your name again? Person? Wyan. Alright, Miss Person Wyan. We'll take good care of you. I bet the others will grow to love you. The others? Sally, my child, she is too tired to meet the others. Let's just take her home in her new room. Slenderman said somewhat strict. Okay. Sally had my hand. Let's go home, Person Wyan. From that moment on, the huge doors opened, as I glued my eyes to the ground the whole time as Slenderman spoke to his people. Hear ye, hear ye. Continuing. Everyone, I want no one to disturb the girl, since she is staying with us. She is new and needs a warm welcome after things she's been through. Do not ruin your opportunity to be trustworthy to me. For certain ones, otherwise there will be serious consequences. With that, so I tugged on my sleeve and dragged me inside. I felt everyone's eyes on me, but I couldn't look up at anyone. To be continued, psych not. Sorry, but I did check if there was any more Slenderman, but there is not, so I apologize, guys. But anyways, that is for now, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. But all I gotta say is, bye and peace for now, fools. And yeah, I'm gonna put this right under the yandere Slenderman, so, well, actually, I'm gonna just keep it the way it is, so you guys don't get too confused. I forgot to add this, but anyways, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more amazing videos, guys, and Laughing Jack Egg Reader coming soon. Yandere, of course. Bye, peace.